Alright, welcome back guys. Coach David here. And in my opinion, this is the number one mistake that everybody makes when they're trying to lose weight or trying to make progress or get results. So that mistake is everybody thinks that if they work out really hard, if they're lifting weights, that they can eat whatever they want. I have clients and I have people that I've spoken to that give this sense off that because they have a trainer, because they're going to the gym 3 to 4 to 5 times a week, that they can eat whatever they want. I've been in a group of people before, and there's that one person that's like, yeah man, I'm gonna eat. Yo, I've been working out so hard this week. My trainer's been killing me. We did 3 workouts and I was just sweating and all this, and man, I wanna get this huge burger. I earned it. And I'm sitting there like, do you realize how many calories you actually burned versus what you think you burned? And that's the problem, right? People think they could go to the gym 6-7 times a week, if that, and then they can eat whatever they want. And then they sit there and complain, oh, I'm not losing weight, I'm not getting results. Or it's just taking forever to get there. Why is that? Well, all you people out there, let's talk about METs. So what is a MET? There's the Met in New York, awesome museum. I don't know if it's open right now, but whatever. A MET is a metabolic equivalent. So it's basically what we use to determine how much oxygen your body is using and how much energy is needed for different activities. So if I'm sitting here quietly, it's 1 MET. If I'm sleeping, lying down, that's less than 1 MET. Then we can use an equation, which I'll post here. And that equation will help us determine how many calories that activity is burning based off of however many minutes you're doing it, right? So if I'm sleeping for 3 hours, I'm actually still burning calories. This is also determined by how much you weigh. So people that weigh more burn more for every activity because your body's just carrying more weight, right? So I'm gonna talk a little bit about certain activities, and I'm gonna base that off of an 150 to 170 pound man. So if you are a woman and you weigh less than 150, if you're in the 120s, think about it as you're burning even less than what I'm saying. If you are over this amount, if you're in the 200s, whatever, you're gonna burn more. But even then, it's just a little bit more, right? So you can even use that formula and determine your own caloric expenditure, okay? So right now is gonna be a list of different activities and, high end, low end, average amount of METs per activity. So if I'm running, and I'm running at about 6 miles an hour, this is about average, not fast at all, not slow. Typical person could do that. So it's 6 on the treadmill, if you want to see it that way. That is 0 incline. Incline's another story, but whatever. If you're running outside 6 miles an hour, it's about 10 METs. So, according to the formula, if you're doing that activity for 30 minutes, which is probably what you're gonna do because most people get bored after 10, so even 30 is like, oh, 30 minutes of cardio. You're gonna burn about 350 to 400 calories, 30 minutes. So if you run for an hour, 700 to 800 calories, right? If my math makes sense. That's at 10 minutes. What is weightlifting? I'll let you guys think about it. I think it's on the chart too. Weightlifting, average, right? So it could be less than this or more than this, is about 5. Do you realize how many METs that is? Do you realize how many calories you get from doing weightlifting? Right? So if we had 10 METs, 30 minutes was 350. Just divide that in half, right? Because you're gonna work out for an hour. This is not including a warm-up or a cool-down. It's lifting weights for an hour. It's about 5 METs. So you're gonna burn 350 to 400 calories in an hour. That's not a lot at all. And that's if you're 150 to 170. Sure, if you're 200 pounds, you might burn 600 calories maybe. Yeah. And if you're less, if you're a woman, you're gonna be burning maybe 250 to 300. And then what you're gonna do, right? You're gonna sit there and tell me, oh man, I did this hard, crazy workout. I'm gonna go get McDonald's today. Like, I'm really feeling it. I miss eating like that. So let's get back to Mets for a second, all right? And I'm gonna wrap up that talk. You are not burning as much as you think. So if you're on a machine, usually you could change just the settings around to see the Mets. And this is a new tool we could add to our repertoire. Big word there. So when you're doing an activity, look at the Mets on the machine, and then you can figure out how many calories you're burning based off of your weight and that formula I gave you, right? So start doing that, because you don't burn as much as you think. You're not going at 12 Mets. 12 Mets is like cycling really hard. One, you probably physically can't do that. And two, you're not gonna do that for an hour. Where if you cycle really hard for an hour, you're gonna burn over 1,000 calories. Then, if you wanna be at 0, you can eat whatever you want. But if you're telling me that you're going to do a workout with weights for an hour, and the average is 5, so if you're sitting around 12 reps, man, let me check my phone. Okay, let me do another set. Probably less than 5 minutes. You probably have 4 minutes. So you're burning even less than that, right? So you burn 350 to 400, like I said. And let's talk about calories, right? So I'm gonna shift it away from the exercise. You're gonna end up being worse than if you didn't work out. Which is crazy, right? So because you work out, you're gonna tell me, oh, I've earned this huge meal. But if you didn't work out at all, you would be trying to eat clean or control your diet. So you're making things worse. Like, you have this positive, great thing of working out, and then you're just throwing it out the window with one cheat meal. So let's talk about calories now. So you look this up. I took 5 seconds for me to Google like one slice of pizza. It's about 300 calories. You never just eat one slice. And this is gonna vary based off of the restaurant, based off of the toppings. But I think, from what I remember, one slice with nothing on it is about 300. So if you have 2 slices, that's 600 calories. Your workout, you only burn 400. So you're in the negative 200. You're 200 calories over. That doesn't make sense. And that's pizza. You have ice cream. Those, like, I think 2 scoops is probably 150 calories. You have 1 cookie is about 80 calories. You have a bag of chips. 15 chips is 160 calories. If you're eating a whole bag of chips, it's going to be closer to 300 calories. In your workout, you might burn 400. So 1 bag of chips, right? So if you have 2 slices of pizza, a bag of chips, and a few scoops of ice cream, you're over 1,000 calories. So you're over 600 calories. You not only threw out the workout, the workout doesn't matter anymore in terms of a deficit. You're making it worse. You now have to burn 600 more calories somehow by the end of the week, right? Because you did your 3 workouts in 1 week. And let's think about that too, right? In your 3 workouts, maybe you burn 1,000 to 1,200 calories. In that one meal, if that's 1,200 calories, you're at 0. So you're not gonna go anywhere. And that's 1 meal. We're not taking into account all the other meals you're eating. Or if you're one of those people that you cheat all weekend, you're gonna be even worse than if you didn't work out. So working out is actually worse for you guys, which doesn't make sense because of the way you're treating it. You're treating working out as if you could eat whatever you want. We can have cheat meals. If you want to go away for the weekend to the Bahamas or whatever it is and eat whatever you want and not think about it, right? Let's create enough of a deficit throughout Monday to Thursday in terms of activity and what you're eating. You have to eat super, super clean to earn that cheat weekend. So if not in that cheat weekend, you want to eat 9,000 calories. Let's try, it's going to be hard, but before you leave and after you leave, we have to account for those extra 6,000 calories or whatever it's going to be, right? So we'll try to not burn it all, but throughout the week, we're going to pick up the activity and control the eating throughout the next 2 weeks so that you're not completely Because I've had clients that they go on vacation and they come back like 5 pounds heavier or 10 pounds heavier. And it's like, man, we did all this work for all these months and you threw it out the window because you weren't willing to plan or make the sacrifices when you're here, and knowing when you get back, we have to hit it hard too. So it's all about planning. Plan around what you want to eat. It's not that hard. I eat what I want, right? Like this weekend, if I'm going to go away, throughout the week, I'm going to eat super clean. I'm going to work out more. I'm going to do a little bit more cardio than I normally do because I know, hey, I'm trying to keep that deficit going. So I need to plan accordingly. But I want to enjoy my time away. That's fine. If you have a party, if you have an event, plan throughout the week to add in more of a caloric burn or eating less calories so that you can afford to do that. This is all, if you're really serious, if you're sitting there telling me you want to lose weight, telling me you want a six pack, telling me you're a 10 out of 10 on your desire meter, then we got to do stuff like this, right? So that's why you got to hire me, a good coach, or have someone in your corner that's going to help you to plan all this stuff out, because you don't burn as much as you think. You don't realize how many calories are in what you're putting in your mouth, right? It's so much more than you think. You think it's just a little spoon of ice cream. That could be 100 calories. And do you know how long it takes to burn 100 calories? Especially if you don't weigh much. And even then, think about in your workouts, you're burning X amount. If you're eating over that, then you have to do another workout in that day or the next day to burn even more. And you're just creating the scenario where it's going to be impossible. You're going to be frustrated and you're going to give up. So I'm not telling you to get orthorexic, get super into what you're eating and counting all the calories and this and that. It's like, no, just plan it out. Give yourself an average. This is what the amount of calories I burn. This is just about how much I eat in a day. It takes 5 seconds. Just Google it real quick. And if you have it for one day and you eat mostly the same stuff every day, bam, you're set. You have, I eat this much every day, multiplied by 7, not hard. I burn about this much and I work out, 3 or 4 times a week. And that gives us where you're at, right? So then we bring down what you eat, we raise up what you burn, and then you earn those cheat days. So wrapping up the video there, it's just super frustrating when I have people that have that mentality, because I could be working out with someone, they make so much progress, and it's almost sad that you just throw it all away because you want to eat and drink and do all these things, which are fine, but just be willing to take that into account. So stop thinking that, I've said it so many times in this video, just stop thinking that you're doing all this work and that you can do whatever you want. That's not how life works, and that's not how fitness works either. You have to take everything into account and make the sacrifices along the way. If you're sitting there telling me you really want to get to these goals, then we have to do what we have to do to get there. There's never any shortcuts, and you're just going to make things worse. All right, so I'm going to see you guys next time. Take care.